Hey, traders. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to the show. It's episode 999. We have to. Repeating, of course. Alright. So, great news. Since we last spoke, the impending price action reversal to the upside played out. Wonderful. And we broke out of the falling wedge on the 4-hour, but we're not looking at the 4-hour, we're looking at the daily. The adjustments I've made to the channel is anchoring on the top. Oh my god. So adjustments on the top. 1 here, anchor point. 2 up here, May 7th, right? The first one's March 20th, and the third anchor point is just the bottom, like March 13th, right? Anchoring that way just gives you a reasonable looking channel where you're not out of anything yet. If anything, you're pivoting, making like a 95% retrace from where traders settled up on May 11th. So very, very infinitesimal amount of accumulation. It could be argued right here, but we don't know if the pivot's real or not because you haven't made higher highs at all, not even on the 4-hour. So the discussion we've been having for the past, 4 days is the cascading effect of what divergence can do, right? Where the divergence started on the 60-minute and it helped the 4-hour divergence mature, which in turn helped, I guess, the 12-hour divergence mature, which in turn helped the daily divergence maybe start maturing, whatever, jokes. But, we've been eyeballing this where a low on price from May 11th, these levels on the oscillators, and then we make that slightly higher low and much higher levels of negative momentum and much lower levels of relative strength. That is textbook hidden bullish divergence on a very significant time scale. And if it's the anchor points on 1 and 2 and 3, you're still inside the channel, you're still showing small forms of accumulation. Argument for bulls is here. This was the argument we could have had the past 4 days. It's now starting to shift that way, which is really cool. Yes, there still is the idea of maybe Wyckoff distribution. I agree with that still, maybe. But it's all dependent on right around now. Because we reverse here at 91.50, bears have control, right? If we haven't really reversed. Yes, we have rejected it a little bit, 8 hours or so, but that's after a really nice impulse candle up. I mean, eventually this could just reset the oscillators on 60-minute and should go again and break 91.50 and then run up to 9300, 9350, 9600, 9950. But yeah, people talking about hidden bearish divergence on the 4-hour. I agree. Yeah, a little bit starting to show up and starting to mature. We'll look at that. Lots and lots and lots of upside potential if the price remains within this channel, this uptrend it's been in for months. Seriously, hope y'all are having a good Wednesday. It sucks, man. SpaceX launch got postponed, I think, till Saturday. And yeah, it's just because of the weather. It's disgusting weather here too, man. Been, just raining all day for the most part.
Is that a joint?
Can't intertext and chat have I been banned? But it's not about me. Congratulations on the 999th episode. You're officially beast mode. And thank you truly for your teachings.
David S. Man, thanks for the 420. I don't know if you're hidden. You might be. Might have to talk to a mod about that. I don't know. If you're out there, you can hear me, mods. I don't know. We'll check the database. Whatever. Okay. Thank you, man. Yeah, it is truly special times. I've never done anything like it before. I've never streamed 1,000 episodes under my own brand. So that's coming tomorrow. You don't want to miss the stream. It'll be a spaceship stream, special edition. So some new graphics and just a time to, celebrate. Because without y'all, I wouldn't have made it 1,000 episodes without the support from all y'all. So that's all of us celebrating, okay? Tomorrow. Okay, so here's the 4 hour. How'd it play out, man? Well, I mean, you had divergence on the MACD, and then you got the tail end Class B bullish divergence on the RSI. That is what gave me confidence to believe the reversal was coming very, very soon. And it only took, I don't know, maybe another 6 to 8 hours. I don't know, because like I don't know. I think it happened while I was sleeping or something to move up. So it was like really early this morning. I think it woke me up an alert or something. So very close to the first target, which is 92.98. Let's just say 9,300, 50% retrace. That's how you size up wedges with Fibonacci for targets, dude. It's not any different on any market. It's all the same for the most part. But here's what bears are talking about right now, where you make a high on price from May 24th. It's around 9,300. Today, you just started the breakout, okay? So I don't know if there's enough time yet that's gone by for bears to be hyping up right now. But you just go from the high to the lower high, discernibly lower high, not by much, but there is much higher levels of positive momentum. That is impending price action continuation to the downside, and it could be playing out right now. But it's not too bad of selling yet. What's up, AJS, man?
Bruh. Going to miss tomorrow, but congrats on the huge milestone. Thanks for everything I've learned.
Well, thank you for watching and giving me a chance, AJS, because without you giving me a chance, you never learn anything, right? Y'all teach me stuff too, but sorry to hear that you'll miss the stream. Hopefully we'll have a, DVR of it so you can catch it later, but thanks, man. Cheers. Litecoin in the jar, right? Yep. So I am right now, if you don't know, let's see. I am 21 hours and 14 minutes into a fast. I'll be fasting until tomorrow. I've never done a 24-hour fast before. Getting very close to it. And I'm just going to go probably till some point in the afternoon tomorrow and eat a bunch so I can drink on stream. I'm not going to break my fast with alcohol, so I'll break my fast with food, and then I know there will be alcohol consumption on the stream, so it's interesting. So that's the argument, man, and it's on both oscillators for now until things shift. You got to be cognizant of it. I mean, so say it reverses. Hey, what happens, bears, if like we pivot around 9,000, 8,900? All of a sudden you got a crazy looking potential inverse head and shoulders pattern in the midst. Momentum shifting structure, either way. I don't care if you call it that or not. That would be very interesting, but that's not the pattern. The pattern is the wedge breakout with targets 9,300, 9,8455. Very good. Fruits. I don't have fruits here, man. I'll maybe eat some broccoli or something. And then like a ribeye. I don't know. That's probably how I'll break it. What's up, Eric Rick? So that's Bitcoin. Wonderful. But maybe some storm clouds already beginning to develop. It's like in the movie where the good guys have this awesome battle, but here comes the next arc in the storyline, where, oh man, we thought we had it. It was too easy, man. That's what this hidden bearish divergence could be. But what happens if Bitcoin, as it's already done, pivots and starts rallying up, and all of a sudden, we end the day really strong? Remember, didn't even mention this when we were looking at the daily chart. You're in the midst of painting a bullish engulfing candle. Last time we painted. Hey, John K, man.
Bruh.
Thanks for the 999. How appropriate for episode 999. Cheers, dude. It sounded like it said something else, though. I don't even know. But John K., the last time Bitcoin painted a bullish engulfing candle on the daily was May 12th. And within a couple days, Bitcoin appreciated in value 16.6%. So a new engulfing candle today is being created by the Bob Ross of the market, whoever he is. And at the same time, with a bullish engulfing candle, again, you just cannot ignore the fact that maybe the hidden bullish divergence is starting to mature. And that's great. Okay. So that's not even really the crazy stuff. I mean, that's great on Bitcoin moving up, but dude, it's the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones. Dow Jones above 25,000 again for the first time since March 10th. I think S&P 500 at its highest level since March 5th. We had a technical daily chat. Do you hear me? We've had a technical daily breakout on the S&P for the first time since March 5th. We are above the 200-day moving average. Extremely important. We have not seen it since we tested it, tasted it yesterday, right? But look, it's not even just the 200-day moving average. It's not the fact that we're above the 618. That's very real. But we are above 3,020. If you watch this stream, how abundantly clear we make this area. Staying above this long enough, we probably maybe back test it tomorrow. You might even fall below it eventually, but man, there's some really strong supports now. They were resistance. They would probably be really strong support. You stay above this long enough, we're going to 3,135, which is the 78.6% retrace from the all-time highs to the crash lows. What I think maybe is being painted right now is just some sort of ascending, broadening wedge. I mean, what else can we do? And a top trend line is up there too, right? I mean, that's the supply line kind of around that next fib node. The deep retraces, L-shape recovery, liquidity, no V-shape, no U-shape, L-shape. Hey, egotistical chart snob, what's up, dude? So that to me is so impressive. Very pleased. I mean, my retirement is very pleased. And what a close, dude. It wasn't like that. Most of the day it was not the way it ended. 3,036. Okay. I mean, I guess we can go to the Dow Jones real quick if you want. Just to see it, man. 25K, it's a big deal. A lot of people care. I mean, this now, right? The Dow Jones, there's a lot of lines here. I get it. Give me a sec. This is huge, dude. I mean, the thing is about the Dow Jones, right? It's a little different. S&P, S&P is well above these type of peaks, right? You're like the NASDAQ now. You're like the Qs. They're just like green pastures, blue skies for the most part. Dow Jones has so much more work to do. There's so many more potential reversal areas. One just is right above you, 25,825. That was a reversal from February 2018. And then you just go and you look, man, it's like 26.2. The big one, though, the big one's for me, 26.6, 26.786. That's up here. And that, the two peaks, January 2018, the Trump bump buying climax, and then that rally from October 2018 before reversed. I think that's probably where you're headed. You're going to have ups and downs. It's going to take maybe a week or two to get there. You're not going to get there immediately, but that's probably the next target. 200-day moving average on the Dow Jones around 26,300, and that's exactly what the S&P 500 broke today. So S&P is outperforming, but not by much anymore. It was. Dow Jones keeping up, or it's picking up steam and catching up to the other index funds, NASDAQ and S&P, but Russell 2000, don't worry about that one, man. That third of them don't even make money. So I don't know. I mean, like, you know, remember, when we have breakouts like we did today, it's never about the breakout itself. It's always about the price action correlation to the breakout. So tomorrow and Friday are going to be very important. Staying above 3020 long enough, 31.35. You could just reverse tomorrow. I mean, there is a gap to fill at 29.60 that you haven't tested. You have not filled that yet. That happens to be lined up with a very critical support back from April and September. Those are like Dow Jones areas, resistances, and you know, you're above that on the S&P. So, okay. So a little concerning here, my thought process on gold, that anchoring, adjusting, it seems like you might be getting some upsloping price contraction, and really hoping for a pivot here, because that is a demand line. It's not just an upsloping demand line. And look left, you know, we've got the 1689, 1703 supports. Really want to hold that. Yeah, and it was like the wedge we had painted had fallen out of that, and as you can see, where it fell out to go test this upsloping support. Pretty wild, huh? So that's the main huge structure where you could oscillate in between, and it's pretty large. I mean, 1695 all the way up to like 1776. Not sure what to make about that, man. That's pretty gnarly stuff. Now, and see, here's the thing. On the 4 hour, there's not even bullish divergence. Right, normally on a sell-off like that, I mean, I guess you're getting maybe a little bit on the MACD, but the RSI doesn't help at all. It's just bearish convergence. So you have broken back above 1703. Very important. Stay above that long enough. You might get a back test. You stay above it, you back test it, you could start running again and break this wedge to the upside. And you could play it just like Bitcoin, going from the high point to low point to get the targets up here. All right, very simple. And I mean, again, the targets on a wedge, 50%, that's 1730 if this is the bottom. And of course, the 618, not too far off. We just 1738, and then you could maybe make a third target 1757, the 886, or maybe just 1762 again. All right, but really got to stay above these areas, otherwise you could be screwed. And the thing is, I'm kind of a little worried about golds. Am I? No. Yeah, I am still worried about gold, man, on the weekly. God. What is that? Jeez. So it's like maybe not on the MACD. MACD kind of like nah, there was no bearish divergence. Well, see, the thing is, the bearish divergence played out here and here. It dumped, and then huge rally, V-shaped recovery. But look at the RSI, where we are making a consecutive higher high now, and you're making another lower high on the RSI. That's extreme amounts of bearish divergence. That's extreme amounts of buyer exhaustion on one of the most significant time scales on our good friend gold. So I mean, if this was to play out, you know, you always want to take heed of weekly bearish divergence. This could, you know, play out, and you could see this. You could definitely see gold do this. It's pretty large, man. So wherever the breakout occurs, that's how you measure for the move. And if it was just hypothetically right around $1,700, the target would be 1619. That makes sense. Maybe want to make it red because no one wants to see gold dump. But hey, man, it's been one heck of a ride. But you're definitely showing buyer exhaustion on one of the most significant time scales. Okay. And a bearish pattern. Oh. Sucks, man. But hey, dude, what do you do? Like, and then the beauty of the TA, it's like, hey, I love being bullish on gold while it's giving reason to be bullish, but it's now for the first time in a while showing reasons why it might reverse. Unfortunately, I've had no power outages yet, Jaw. But we'll see. Alright. S&P, Dow Jones, gold, Bitcoin. Let's go to Ethereum. Why not? Second largest market cap crypto that's out there. Man, I haven't even looked at this on the daily. I mean, I get how you could be bearish. Yeah, I know you could anchor here and here, whatever. It looks so good on the 4 hour like this. Sell wall, I mean, whatever about that, dude. Just, there's tons of touches here. Very valid. Okay, look at this, dude. I mean, how is this holding on? And how is it making higher lows where traders settled up than before? Yeah, right here, both of these lows are technically higher than this low from May 21st. You have to zoom in. It's kind of like a double bottom in a way, but you've rallied, and you could be starting to show a little bit of hidden bearish divergence, just like Bitcoin. If Bitcoin starts really reversing here, which I don't know, man. I don't think that's strong enough of a sell-off. I mean, that could be shaking people out and scaring them. Oh my god, Bitcoin hit 9,055 and is now up, 9113. Just not much follow through from bears. So what is that? I mean, that's a clear, concise sell wall with real amounts of accumulation occurring, somehow still above that 200 moving average. Of course, it could be all over for Ethereum when or if Bitcoin decides to get destroyed, but for now it's okay. Chat, wow, are you there? Is this real? Almost 500 people here. Doesn't feel like it at all. Okay, sweet. I know. Yeah, Tap did well. Tap did very well. So did Under Armour. GE, right? I don't know if GE really did that well today. It's been doing well. We can just go to it, but dude, I'm just saying, man, like, still an argument for Ethereum. Let's go to a little brother Ethereum Classic real quick. Dude, it's a dragon breakout. It's not looking too hot right now, though, since the breakout. It did back test. Right, you just had this demand line, and you had a supply line. Right, you had the head, the foot, the hump, the second foot, the breakout, and you're working on the tail. It's almost like there's a sell wall at 691, and you're making higher lows. So eventually you break 691. You could have a real nice run up to at least 722. But probably 762, 777. That's kind of the target for the dragon, is to continue on. Bears Garland, 60 minute on big one.
This is Alistair when you get a moment. Clinking coffee mugs.
What's up, Batson? Yeah, we can go to it now. It doesn't matter. Thanks, dude. Oh my god. Isn't that how the way the cookie crumbles or whatever? I don't think my work saved. Oh yeah, it did. Nice. So it's up 5.53%, but what was up yesterday? Like 10%? What was the day before, day before, day before? Oh my God. Right, range. You double bottomed, springing above this, you know, valley from December 2018 twice. And the extreme amounts of seller exhaustion were very clear here. And it's been a very good rally. I think the target, I mean, I know there's kind of some resistance here at 68.39. I really do think that XWOW could see $73. You break $73, you're probably going to $80. So very nice structure here. So Wayne, does that please you? I wish there was more work to do. It's like, hey, look at this asset that we've already charted. You know, we've already put the work in.
Episode 999 and counting. Bearish divergence, fire exhaustion, bearish pattern, reversal to the downside, higher lows, sell walls. I'm becoming learned.
Maurice, thank you so much for the $9.99 because of the episode. Yes, you are becoming learned. Not even the TTS can pronounce it properly. But you can. Thank you, dude.
Could you take a look at milk? I think we looked at it last week. Good entry point now.
Yeah, I remember MYL made me feel like some sort of way. Some type of way. I mean, dude, who cares about the measure move of this? Measure move's gonna put you at all-time highs or whatever, or close to it. So what do we need to worry about, Wayne Batson, right? I mean, we're good, dude. We good. $73. In time, we get there. All right. Yeah, Mylan. That's right, dude. Very nice day today. What a pump, man. Accumulation patterns. Be danged. Yeah, it's a ascending triangle or wedge or something. I don't know, man. Like, did any of my work save? What was it that I liked so much about maybe this one? Oh, yeah. Okay, it was the fact that there's this critical historical $14.15 to $16 ice line. You also, from your low point to your... Talking the low point from October of 2008 to all-time highs, which was at April of 2015. That's the Fibonacci I'm using. So you have this ice line that's confluent with an 886 Mariana Trench deep retrace. That is where market participants tend to perceive the most amount of value at an 88% retrace. 1396. All right, and you zoom in, and it's like, yeah, you could paint a channel, a wedge, whatever. I don't even know if we did anything. It's just like 3 rising valleys, confirmation line, $18, $17.90, you know, whatever. Like this, or you could just paint it like this, man. Like, oh my god, it's a wedge, dude. It's a wedge. Or maybe it's just accumulation occurring. Alright, accumulation. Breaking, other resistance points. I think this one's set up. Higher price is going to be... Well, you've already hit a 50% retrace. So you're probably going to test $18 again. You get the supply line that's going to be there. That'll be real. 50% retrace again. But the 200-day moving average is like 1854. And then you got 1919 is the golden retrace. So I think I even made a joke, Skyward or someone, a Patreon was talking about, does this look like a good short opportunity? It's like in before money printer go burr and it has a measure move to the upside or something stupid, here you go. So yeah, next target's $18, 1818. All right. That's it. Looks like, but an entry today. What? 1716. It's up what? It's up 6.3%. I don't know, man. Buying on red day, especially your swing trading, it's just a, you know, it's very easy to wait and have a bad day to buy. Like, oh, it's down 3% or 2% versus it's up 6%. I mean, you're just, right? Of course, you could just keep going, but not likely. Yeah, Boeing, I think it's resuming its 737 production soon. Isn't that right? And so, oh, and they're also like laying off like thousands of workers too, so I guess that's good for the stock price. And Chipotle got wrecked today. It was one of the big losers. Well, Dr. Eric, I don't know. Like, you know, y'all telling me these things that are out of my control that I can't help. You know, I'm just a simple TA, man. I just show up, turn my webcam on, my microphone on, and talk about charts. Try to educate and make it a little engaging, entertaining. So it is a nice break, you know, on MYL, just without other stuff. You're above 1661. You might back test it and hold. If you hold that, maybe you hold 1661 as a support, that might be a great potential entry for it to rally to higher prices. I know, dear Dr. Eric, yeah, everyone lets me know every day that I'm screwed. All right, everyone. My God, man, that's literally the talk of the chat. So every other comment is that stuff. Okay. Why not take a look at TAP? Yeah, it's up 8% today. One of the top gainers on market. Look at the hidden divergence played out. Morningstar reversed. What's that pattern? Anyone know what that pattern is, chat? Anyone at all? Want to take a guess? That's right, Evan. It is a bullish bat pattern. Not a Gartley, not a butterfly. It's a bat. So the 4 hour, it was gorgeous, dude. I mean, was it not absolutely perfect? Right, this was, you know, I know Brad had been talking about it forever, and then other people talking about critical support looking left, and it's just like this thing in the Patreon, tap, 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 but it's like, but I don't know, man, because like we weren't showing divergence yet, there wasn't a buying signal, but then we looked at the 4 hour, and it actually started occurring, and we went to 35.11, and you wicked off of that, and the hammer, the day we saw this 4 hour hammer, that was when the maturation of the bullish divergence was there. That was it. That was the buying signal. Because the monthly is giving us buying signals. The monthly. And the 4 hours like, hey man, this is the beginning of it. This is how it's starting. Huge crash. Complex pattern develops. Bullish hammer. Bullish divergence. Pull the trigger or be left behind. That entry was right around 35.50. You're at 39.74 today. From the high point to low point of this harmonic, this bullish bat, you have achieved a 38% retrace today, or right at it. All right. Next target's 41.46 and 43.06. The 50% and 618. That's where we can start seeing more major reversals. You know, something one could, you know, argue. I mean, sure, some of y'all probably have already said it. But yeah, man, what if you got this? Can you even believe if it's not bullish enough already, you then paint this other bullish pattern that you've now broken out of? An inverse head and shoulders. Anyone remember CGC doing the same effing thing? A little different context, but what a breakout today for TAP. And let's just do a measured movement of that, right? The most recent pattern that has developed, at least to some capacity. %, measured move of this inverted head and shoulders that is confirmed.
Hey Mitch,
4280.
can you take a look at copper? Tipping in USD cause NZD is getting wrecked.
6 man, thank you for the 999. Repeating, of course, Leroy Jenkins. Yeah, we can look at XCU. Haven't been checking that one lately. Or XUC. What is it?
Would you mind investigating the potential bullish Gartley being painted on the ETH/BTC weekly Coinbase chart? Thank you, Mitch.
Sure, Matthew. Thanks, man. For the,
Is that a joint?
Yeah, we'll look at it. I'm confused here. It's like not showing up for me. XCU, the US dollar. What the? It's not showing up anymore, huh? There it is. All right, so remember that. Remember the downtrend we were in, the supply line that was tested. We had a trade setup that hit its own first target, never hit the second, third. I mean, just as soon as it hit that 50% retrace, boom, it shot up and is just rallying now from the high to low at that 50% retrace. It looks like the Momos, it almost looks like the S&P 500. You know, it's like just money's going into it. Look at this. You're just continually diverging on slightly higher highs. I mean, it does look kind of bearish here, but at the same time, I mean, if you talk about it maybe as like a dragon or something, and the target's like 252. Look what this is though, 238, 370. Look left. What is that? Oh my God, I don't even know what that is. That's nothing, dude. Not on this time scale. What the? I don't know. What the? Well, anyway. Oh, okay. So 244, your peaks, your valleys, your major potential reversal areas. You have up thrusted through that, but you're still making higher lows. Yeah, dude, no edge here. I mean, is there really a structure? I don't even know, man. Right? Would you consider that? Yeah, this is like a beautiful channel. So at least we know there's a demand line. If you're near the, you know, you break this, there could be a nice move down, right? Like a 50% retrace, 618, 786. So we're at critical resistance, right? Critical potential reversal area, as you've seen in the past, right? What happens when you correlate your price action here? I mean, you would hit it and bounce violently, or you'd sell off and eventually hit it and then dump violently, or you'd break it, then you'd back test it a couple times and eventually have a violent run to the upside.
999 for episode 999. Glad to support such high quality content. You're like a mentor for thousands of people. You've done more than that. You created a community, and for all this value, I thank you. Heart. Chart with upwards trend. Chart with upwards trend.
JC Fiscus, man, thanks for the 999. My God, gonna make me cry. That's so nice to say that, dude. Hey, man, I don't even know. It wasn't even about any of those things. It was just like, hey, I want to hang out and talk with people and maybe have a community of people that care about the same thing I care about, which is charts. And not being a completely terrible person, you know, like, and surrounding yourself with good people that are not completely insane, crazy people, right? That are just weird, right? We've had to weed out a bunch of them because there are a ton of psychos on the internet. But man, the ones that have stuck around that aren't crazy, dude, it's so nice having this community. Good people. They're very similar. We're all very similar. We have a common interest, which are charts, trading, psychology of trading, all that, man. Crypto. So thank you, JC Fiscus, man. Really appreciate it. So you understand, like, that's where you are. So if we don't break that soon, you know you're probably going down to much lower prices. I would think that, I mean, there's a valley back here. 222. So yeah, you've had a geometrical breakout, but not even close to higher highs than the previous highs, right? And you just made a common retrace. And it just happens to be at that common retrace, there's extremely critical resistance that you have not broken yet. So 244, if you can break that with resounding effort, right? Clear price action breakout, you could go much higher, but this is definitely where copper could reverse to the downside. Okay, and if you did reverse majorly the downside, what if gold dumps? I mean, that could, we know what gold's doing. It's kind of showing some exhaustion risk off assets, right? We could look and say now, like if this was the top, how we target between 215 and 227. I mean, that's where copper could go if it breaks this demand line and it goes with gold, right? So there you go, man. That's copper. Hopefully that helped. Give me a sec. I'm just going to start over on this one. Clean slate charts. Why not? Okay, so the question. Ethereum to BTC on the weekly. He wants Coinbase. Hey, at least he's specific, No doubt what exchange he wants, what pair he wants. It's nice, man. Ethereum to the US dollar on Ethereum to the Bitcoin pair, excuse me. Here it is. He's talking about, what is it? A potential bullish Gartley being painted on the weekly. I don't know. Maybe we went too deep. He's just talking about this. Too deep. That's not a Gartley at all. Sorry, dude. That's actually nothing. Yeah, it can't be anything because the lower high. No, that can't be a Gartley. I know I've looked at it before. This was a bullish Gartley, I think. A beautiful bullish Gartley that already played out. But we had it identified already, and it did moon. Yep, 618, the lower high. Then what? 786. That was the Gartley you were looking for. It was visible on the weekly and definitely on the daily. So no, right now what you have going on, it's like, so you have like a buy wall and distribution going on. Doesn't look that great. I mean, that means lower prices for sure. Maybe, it's looking like that. Far more distribution than any sort of accumulation. Right, look at this. I mean, it's just beautiful, dude. So you missed the boat on the Gartley. Too deep of a retrace right here to be anything. But it's like you have, look again, buy wall and then classic distribution. So it's like descending triangle more than a harmonic, dude. Does that make sense? So you break that, all right, then your target's probably going to be down here. Like all-time lows or whatever, 16, 17, 17, 19. You break the support. That's where you think you're going. 20,040 sats to 17, 19 sats. Okay, so nah, man. Yeah, great news. Technium's, I'm sure he's hyped on it about the news of like, is it MGM? Just casinos are going to be opening back up in Vegas, which, I mean, the entire existence of that town is entertainment, dude. So, like, it's good to hear that Las Vegas is kind of going to be opening again. And plus, I love that. I mean, it's awesome. It's like a really cool place to go to. I've been there only twice. It was last year. Fun. Here's the Gaussian. I don't know about 3-day Gaussian channel, dude. I don't look at 3-day Gaussians. What's John Whitworth, man? What's up in Hunts Vegas, dude? Yeah, you don't need to go because you're in Hunts Vegas, right? I mean, that's how it works. You of all people. I mean, you're not missing out too much on the casinos. I wouldn't go to Vegas for the casinos per se. I would go and for the gambling and go for the just atmosphere, the partying, just like the environment. Again, atmosphere is it. It's like you get to go and you get to see the crescendo of degeneracy, like where the only reason there's these just beautifully constructed buildings everywhere, like floors are just marble, and it's all because of degens who don't understand, you know, like just gambling on everything, just dumping, you know, all their money. You know, all those big buildings, everything was built on losers there. So that's why you don't really go to Vegas to gamble. You just go for fun and hang out with people and whatever. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, there's great stuff. There's sporting events. You know, you got the Raiders coming, right? The stadium, and all that. There's like Major League gaming events there all the time. I mean, it's just cool venues. Yeah, Fremont Street at night's nice, very nice. Yeah, Jaw, please don't ever do that, man. Thank you. See, I don't even know. Sports booking, Indigo, Washington. He says, well, the sports book is freaking awesome. Just keep it under $50. It's like the irony in you saying that. It's like, all right, when I was there, I was, you know, there with a bunch of y'all, but it was Rimlog, and he wanted to place a couple futures bets, and guess what? One of the futures bets won. It was like the Kansas City Chiefs to win the Super Bowl.
Can you check out the ADA/BTC comparative on the 4 hours? Possible bearish bat/butterfly with bearish divergence.
Comparative on the 4 hour? Do you just mean look at 88 at BTC? Because I can do that. Oh no, this is a right angled and oh my god, I haven't looked at this in so long. Holy crap. Right angled and ascending broadening formation. Anyone remember this? These were the days, dude. I had like 2,000-3,000 subscribers. Bitcoin had not gone to moon yet. These altcoins were somehow all showing like just different variations, different bullish patterns, like nice significant ones on daily timescales, inverse head and shoulder shear or rounding action, whatever. It's like momentum shifting structure and neckline. You broke that 100% measure move hit. And then, you know, there were some that played out majestically. There were some that overperformed like insane. Remember like Raven Coin, and I don't even remember some of the other ones, dude, that went bonkers. And then there were ones that almost made it, but they all eventually ran out of time, where they all look like this in the end, because when Bitcoin started going, man, it killed all of them. That was like the big run, man. April 1st, 2nd, remember that, 2019? Anyway, so right now I'm seeing an upsloping supply line with a horizontal line support. That's normally a bearish pattern, but we are starting to show a little bit of accumulation here. You're just not making higher highs yet. I already have all this set up, dude. That's pretty sad. I mean, how bad this thing's performing. High point to low point. We haven't even touched a 236 retrace yet. Pathetic, man. So if it was to ever make common retraces, which I don't know if it ever will, it's 88 to BTC. I don't know. 990 to 1355 Satoshis. You're talking about a bearish something? Oh, you're just talking about very zoomed in on the 4 hour. We can go to the 4 hour, I guess. Yeah, it looks like a bat. Double bottom too. Oops. Looks like you're diverging up here. You could reverse, okay. Something that you've already done. You've already tested 577 as support. You break 624. There's like a major peak back from July 28, 2019 up here at 650 sats. This is probably where you go next. So the question you're asking is like potential bearish bat butterfly with bearish divergence. Are you talking about from X to A to B to C to D? Or are you talking about X, A, B, C, D? Because it's kind of like too deep now, right? It's like it went up 100%. But yeah, it could be a reversal point. He's just talking about, I think this. Might be too deep though. Far too deep. It's nothing, right? This is not a bat. It's a 69% retrace. It's not a Gartley. It's a higher low, so it can't be a shark. It went like 100%. It's nothing. It's not a harmonic. It's not a valid harmonic. But it doesn't mean it can't like double top here and reverse the downside. How about this, man? Let's just keep it maybe simple here. Let's just say that we've got ourselves a clear demand line where it could come down and test 546 again, test that demand line before running again. And if it does that, right? If it truly does it, think about it like this. Maybe, dude. You got, you know, lows here, and then what do you have on the top? It seems like you might have yourself a sell wall of some sort, right? So maybe an ascending triangle could be in the midst of development. We don't know though yet because this hasn't reversed truly here. You know, to make it this like a valid pattern, you need to, this is considered a reaction high. That means we have to sell off and eventually test the bottom. Okay, so that could be going on the 4 hour. So yeah, it does look kind of toppy. It looks like you're diverging and you could reverse. Let's see what happens if you can back test 578. If you're lucky, maybe you get down to 546. Okay, just an interesting way to look at it. What? Super chat broken for me? Is that real life? No, I mean, someone tipped me in super chat earlier in the stream, right? AJS. But that's the only super chat. That's kind of weird, right? You can't monetize. Your monetization request was rejected after review. For what? Look at this. You can't monetize. I wonder if I should stop the stream and start it again, see what happens. I don't know, man. Maybe we should like just not even stream tomorrow. Oh well, man. Justice, I guess, right? I'm such a bad guy. I definitely deserve it. Yeah, I think it's some losers just mass reporting the channel or something. Saw some idiot earlier say, "Yeah, you ready? We're coming for you." Someone like threatening the channel. So, yeah, someone's just mass flagging the stream. I'll just reach out. I can tweet. I don't know, tweet to YouTube again. What does it say for something? It says, What is the thing that it says to y'all? It's inappropriate for audiences or something. There's no anything. No, not about Super Chat available. Like, it's saying, like, when you try to watch the stream. Can't let them get to me. They literally got to me. They literally are winning by making it to where you can't Super Chat me. Get it? I don't know, I just posted it, tweeted to him, so. Anyway, so this is the Wyckoff distribution schematic, where we're in the last phase. You end up, you know, the hidden bearish divergence ends up playing out for real. You start reversing here and start, if you end up making a lower low than 8,600, you see 8,500 again. It's done, dude. I think Bitcoin's going to go to 7,700, 7,400 if Bitcoin sees 8,500 again. Like, I don't even know. Like, at this point, we've tested 8,500. The back test, those were great times to take longs. This last time, the way it looks with Wyckoff, you don't want to see 8,500 again. I'm sorry. You just don't. After making only a lower high than the previous high. Look, if you majorly reverse here, okay, and we start seeing, I mean, that's like people really start maybe adding to short positions or, you know, opening short positions. If we start selling off for real and go below 86, 70 or whatever, the previous low, that's when, you know, I think it would be over then. Look, you just do this. Another last point of supply. That's it. That's what happens. You get scrub rallies. So we just don't know yet. We don't quite know, because we could just continue on up and hit those targets. It all depends, man. This is it. Like, this is kind of like, I think the way even I drew the vertical line, I think this is how close we are to knowing if it's real life or not. Okay. Because you pivot here and you start, if you make a higher high than 93.30, I think the bulls have chance. Bulls really might invalidate all Wyckoff, but this is it, dude. You make this consecutive lower high, it's done, son. I would think. Here you go. Didn't quite get to target. Got very, very close, right? Oh, whatever, man. Been live for an hour and 5 minutes now, so I guess that's good enough. Who cares? So less than an hour until your daily candle close. Less than an hour till potentially a bullish engulfing candle on the daily. And maybe, just maybe, the continuation of hidden bullish divergence. See, that's like why it's kind of cloudy. Because you got hidden bullish divergence in development on the daily, and you're still in the uptrend. Selling hasn't been too violent. You're still technically making a higher low than your previous major low that's discernible on the daily. And it's that argument versus Wyckoff distribution. I think it's a really... I think arguments are great on both sides. Really. Giant will, and then that would kill my stream because I'd never grow. You get that, right? You have to grow or you die. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna stop my stream and restart it. I'll be right back.
You have created something awesome. Keep up the good work.
Benjamin, thanks for the elite contribution, the Neo in the jar. Thank you, man. Well, y'all have helped create something amazing. So, you know, very grateful for this whole community, you know, and there really are. I mean, it's crazy, right? There are people out there that are so jealous of this community that's been built that they want to destroy it, and we're watching them attempt to destroy it, like in real time. You see what's happening, right? You get that. Like, the community that you love's under attack by some real big losers, like some of the biggest losers we've encountered to this date on the internet. All right. So did it, so I restarted it. It probably didn't do anything, right? Give me feedback on that. It worked, Claudio? Prove it, Kappa. How is this the new stream? Because I stopped the stream and restarted it. Still unavailable. There you go, man. They win. They won. Nice. All right. Well, what's the point? I mean, it was a good. It's been a good stream, really good one. So, what do you want from me? I'll be back tomorrow for episode 1000, I guess. Who the cares?